While all the focus is on the shenanigans and what's going on at OpenAI and all of that, one of OpenAI and ChatGPT's biggest rivals, Anthropic, have just released Claude 2.1. And it's a kind of hold my beer moment. Basically, Claude 2.1 now has an industry-leading 200K token context window. 200K. Putting ChatGPT's context window, even their more recently announced 120,000 token context window, into the shade. So let's take a deeper dive into Claude 2.1. With the recent ins and outs at OpenAI, for a moment there, ChatGPT was at significant risk, for at least for a while, and so many people already rely on it. It's kind of becoming the dominant, AI operating system, a bit like Windows was the sort of dominant desktop operating system, or Android or iOS is the, some of the dominant operating systems. But Claude 2.1 arguably has always been slightly more powerful, if not perhaps as creative or as interesting as ChatGPT. And recently, ChatGPT announced that they were producing a model that had a 120 token context window, which is massive. But you know what? Claude, which already had a 100,000 token window, basically said, you know what, hold my beer, and have now, as I said, got this industry-leading 200K token context window. So to put that in context, if you think about it, I think ChatGPT 3.5 was about 3,000. There's a 16,000K model and a 32K model. And yeah, they recently announced a 120K model at the top end. But Claude was always had that larger context window. And now they've got the biggest context window out there with 200K tokens. I mean, that is pages and pages of stuff. As they say here, translating to roughly 150,000 words or over 500 pages of material. Basically, you can give Claude 2.1 a book, and I mean a substantial book. We're talking almost Don Quixote, maybe not quite, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's a massive, massive amount of material that you can give, because normally you'd be uploading maybe some reports or a thesis or, just documents like that. So as I said here, they talk about literary works like the Iliad or the Odyssey. So, it's massive. And then it can analyze that in real time and really, really fast. I mean, think about it. It can basically read, your Don Quixote or whatever and summarize it in record time compared to what it would require a human to read all that information and the effort required there. But when you're dealing with larger context windows, you're having the problem of memory. I've sort of tried writing books or using Claude and ChatGPT to help me write books on certain subjects. And I find that they always have a bit of a short memory, forget what they've already said, and you can get a bit repetitive if you don't go in there and sort of edit it yourself. I'd like to do less editing, but you still have to heavily edit if you're using AI to help you create books and stuff like that. But Claude here, Anthropic say, there is a 2 times decrease in hallucination rates, which you need. Obviously, the bigger the context window and the bigger the output, the lower you want the hallucination rates to be. Claude 2.1 has also made significant gains in honesty, with a 2 times decrease in false statements compared to our previous 2.0 model. Thus, this enables enterprises to build high-performing AI applications. So what they've done is they get it to tend to lean to the, I'm sorry, I don't know that answer. It's interesting with AI that it sometimes makes up stuff, because that can be a real trait of humans. I know humans who kind of are afraid sometimes to say, I don't know. I was taught very early on that actually it's much better in life when asked a question, you don't know it, to say, I'm sorry, I don't know, rather than try and bluff your way through it and, with some BS and make it up. And in a way, that's what some AI and ChatGPT and kind of stuff has done or has been found to be doing in the past. I'd much prefer my OpenAI or my ChatGPT model, whatever it is, to go, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. And that's really, really important. So Anthropic tested Claude's 2.1 honesty by curating a large set of complex, actual questions that probe known weaknesses in current models. And then basically here you've got this difference. Incorrect answers down there by, as I say, nearly half, and decline to answer increased. That's basically how they've done it. I think they must have developed a system or algorithm that basically kind of questions itself. Is that accurate? And then if not, you sort of better safe than sorry, say you don't know. And then it goes into the details here in terms of long context question answering and the errors. And again, you can see here, as I said, I find when you're using large documents, or if you're trying to write a book and you want to make sure that you're not being repetitive, or you're just trying to kind of make sense that you're on track and stuff like that, using AI, the problem with AI memory is sometimes, you know, it gets a bit muddled in the middle of things or at the end and stuff like that. But here, long context question answering. So if you put in a massive document, very accurate at the beginning, very accurate at the end, information in the middle can get a bit muddled. But they've improved it dramatically in terms of long context question answering here. And this is at a 70K context length, and this is 195 context length. You can see the improvements that they've made. Obviously, the longer the document, the more difficult it is for the AI to, you know, accurately provide you the context. And this is what they've worked at improving dramatically. And there's a whole video here where they break it all down and go into lots and lots of detail. So you can check that all out. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Now, they brought a new pricing model here. So it does cost. So basically now I'm using Claude 2.0 and it's sort of free. Or is it Claude Instant? I'm using Claude Instant, which is sort of free. And it does really, really well. And you're still getting 100,000 tokens for free. 100,000 tokens for free, which is pretty impressive. I have also used Claude 2.0 for a while, which gives superior performance. This is Claude 2.1, same performance as Claude 2, plus significant reduction in model hallucination rates. That's the key. 200,000 tokens context, and it's about $8 per million tokens. The only way to get it is to have Claude Pro. It'll roll out to Claude Pro users, and it's quite expensive, to be honest. It's $20 plus $20 a month for it, as you can see there, and eventually you'll get access to Claude 2.1. There you go. I just wanted to kind of introduce you to Claude 2.1. As soon as it's available to use, I'll be experimenting with it, and I'll do some videos on that and let you know how it is. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, then please hit the likes. I like it. YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content just like this. And if you're new to my channel, do me the great honor, hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with content just like this. Talking of content just like this, why don't you check out the videos over here? These ones here. Right here. Thanks for watching.